Natural.
Here we go. So I'm not cheating, right?
Yeah.
There's no way I'm cheating when it's on top of my head. All right, so it is Matt Bailey. Matt Bailey.
Do we have Matt on? JP Marty, whoop, no Matt.
No, no.
Darn Matt, he's probably out cleaning solar panels.
Early in the morning, right?
Or he might be cleaning windows. Or he might be sleeping because he was singing last night.
Oh.
Right? He might be singing. Okay. Where do I go, Jackie? Are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay. Anthony, do you have anything for us? Can you hear me?
Nothing too special today. Rates are remaining around the same. So it's, we're not losing anything, we're not gaining anything. So that's actually, I guess no news is good news when it comes to rates. Just because we had a huge last year, we had a dip in rates in October, like around this time. And then they shot back up like right at the end of October. So I think it's like I said, I think it's good news that we don't really have any news on rates. Rates are kind of, unchanged. And I did get Jackie sent me your emails. So I will be sending out like a market update every week. I know Jeremy from Vero, obviously I'm from Vero too. He sends out an update as well to some of you that have, or he has your email. But I'm also going to send an additional one to talk a little bit about the market as well. So you should start to see just some correspondence from me, and also too, it's an easy way if you want to reply and ask questions about rates or about programs or anything, you can reach back out to me about that. And next week I'll actually be live at your meeting, so that'll be fun to get a chance to meet some of you, and you can ask me questions or whatever you need there as well. So, but if you need to reach out to me, I know that Jackie can send you my contact information if you have questions about clients or getting somebody approved or what we have. I'd love to talk to you. So
I sent Jeremy to spam.
good.
Don't tell him.
Good. I'm glad.
Don't tell him.
Yeah. I won't tell him. You can all send him to spam and just call me. So don't you worry. All right. I'll take care of you guys. Just kidding.
Not really. I did not.
I know.
I just look for it and then I go and
And
get
then
it.
I just delete it.
Yeah.
Share the info and give me your contact info.
Yeah. Exactly. No, yeah. If you guys, like I said, anybody have any questions today about anything before I go back to mute?
Do you have recommendations for an ag lender?
I don't. Sarah, do you have anybody for ag? I don't. I mean, or
Yeah.
Connie.
I
Connie, do you have anybody?
one,
I
but
do have somebody.
Connie has somebody.
Yeah,
Can you share it in the chat, please?
Oh, I could do that. Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Who is it, Connie?
It's a Mission Bank and his name
Oh,
is,
okay.
yeah, they're excellent. They're probably one of the biggest ag lenders right now.
Cool.
Okay.
Good.
Is that Dustin Della?
That's his name. I forgot until, yes, Dustin, yeah. He's the guy to,
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. He's got lots of experience. He used to be at
Suncrest.
Suncrest. Yeah.
Yes.
He was at Suncrest.
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. And next week, Austin is going to be training, and he's going to be training on how to win high-end listings. So that should be an interesting one. And Anthony, you'll be here in person to hear our wonderful Austin. You don't have to listen to me.
Yeah.
With Austin next week. So
Oh, good. All right. Well, either way, I'll be there.
and let's see what else is going on. I told this is gossipy, but Exeter Coffee Company is closing, the one across from the office. That's closing at the end of this week. So maybe we should all open a downtown coffee company in Exeter. Maybe we should take them over and open. It's bad and it's good. It's bad because that they were a cute little coffee place. It's good because they all parked in front of our office every day. Their employees did. That's why we never have parking in front of the Exeter office, so that will now go away. And we will have some parking. Talking about Exeter, I am working on getting the back of the office open so we can park in the alley back there.
Okay.
Not the alley, but the parking off
parking.
the alley
Mhm.
and come in that back door. Because we've never been able to do that because, you know, it's always locked with the
Yeah.
car and you gotta walk around and do all that kind of stuff. So, that is, I'm working on that. We did Witches Night Out last week and that was fun and we had a lot of people stop by and get moonshine and we were very popular, just like we were the year before. Everybody really likes moonshine. So and they all want to buy it. I can't tell you how many people said, we want to buy moonshine. Can we buy moonshine? Can we buy it? Like, no, that's illegal. We don't have a license for it, but you know, we can pass it out, or if they want to maybe do it as a donation, they could do something.
Governor offered that he would provide a lifetime supply or a year supply.
Yes.
Plus a purchase of a home.
Yes, if
Oh,
somebody,
yeah.
if somebody purchased a home, he would give them a year supply of moonshine. So there you go. So, yeah.
That's an incentive.
Yes. So, when I was thinking about what we were going to do in November, because it's such an odd time of year and the market is just crazy. It is a little odd right now.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, what could I train on and what do we need to think about? And I thought, well, we really need to be gearing up for what is going to happen after the first year. You know, we want to do work now that's going to put deals in the pipeline because it's not always what's happening right now. I always take these slower times to get ramped up for the first of the year. So as I was thinking of that, I also thought of how I want my agents to be mindful, right? I think it's so important as agents that we are intentional and mindful. You know, there's got to be a system, whether that's your calendar, whether you're calendaring, working your SOI, whatever that is, you need to be intentional about what you're doing. You can willy-nilly do it all over, but you're not going to have probably the best results and you're not going to be able to track those results to see what's working and what is not. So that's where I came up with, out of my brain, 20 days of intention, because it's going to start November the 4th. So it'll start in November, Monday through Friday. There will be about an hour's worth of tasks that you can do. So we have the first one that I did for the first week. I will send them out on Fridays. And so for every week on Friday for the next following week, you're going to get those tasks. And, you know, intention, it's a deliberate purpose or plan that directs your actions towards a specific goal. So we're not wishing or hoping, we're choosing our focus and we're going to take the actions that align. So we've got to figure out what our goals are, and then we've got to figure out what the action is that aligns with it. So I want to challenge agents to act purposeful every day. Maybe not weekends, but Monday through Friday. Be very purposeful with what we are doing. So in line with that, I was thinking about the 20 days of intention. And then I was on the treadmill, which I get lots of good info on the treadmill. So I was walking on the treadmill and I was listening to Mel Robbins, the podcast for Mel Robbins. And she had an author by the name of Angela Duckworth on there who wrote a book called Grit. Okay, it's Grit. And in this, she talks about successful people and what makes people successful. And it's goals, having talent, and having consistency. Also having a purpose. So, but the most important out of all of these is consistency. Because there are people who are not as talented, who are very consistent, and they do very, very well because they keep on it and they are consistent. And then if you're really blessed and you're talented and consistent, you've got it made, right?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of talented people who are not consistent. And so they flounder a little bit because they'll put some effort into it and then they stop. These are when you see pipelines that go up and down, up and down, up and down, right? There's a lot of talented people that don't consistently do the work. So they put things in their pipeline, they get a few escrows going, and then they drop off. Because they're not sticking with it. So in my mind, the 20 days of intention is to set the habit so that you can, Arthur, so that you can consistently, do the work. And Gunnar, can you hold them? Okay.
I'm so excited.
So if you do not have a goal, so I want you guys to figure out what your goal is. I would say it's something that can be measurable, right? So if it's to buy a new car, you probably need to figure out how many deals you need to do to buy a new car, right? And that would be your goal. So it's got to be something that's accountable. Well, it's going to be easier if it is. So what are your goals for 2026? So that's the first thing you guys need to do. What are the goals? How many transactions? Is it GCI? You know, what is that? Because if you don't have a goal, you don't know what you're aiming towards. That would be like me saying, oh, I'm going to go out and run every day. I'm going to go out and sell real estate every day, right? But I don't have a goal. I'm just kind of out there flailing around and I'm doing it, but I don't have a goal. It would be like me running without a goal, right? I'm going to go out. What's my goal in running? Am I going to run a mile the first day? Am I going to get up to 5 miles? Is that the goal? Or is there no goal? Because if you have no goal, I'm just going to go out and run the half mile that I started with. I'm never going to improve. So to see improvement, you need to have some goals, right? So every effort that you do needs to lead you towards that goal. Okay. So the other thing that she talks about is purpose. What's your purpose? So what is your purpose? Like you've really got to have it's got to be more than the money, right? Well, I guess it doesn't. But the good agents, right, are the ones that care about their clients so much. And they just want they're helping people, right? It's the biggest thing they're going to do is buying and selling real estate. And does that give you some sort of does that make you feel good? Does that give you, does that make you happiness to help those people? So if you have that goal, you can do it without purpose, but it's just going to be going through the motions. You're not getting, your heart isn't going to feel good if you don't have whatever that purpose is. So in those goals, it could be to help so many families, it could be close so many deals, whatever it is, just really think about it and decide what your goal is before November, right? Before we start. So she also talks about the hard thing, which is from the book, picking something that is a hard thing for you to do. Because doing the easy things, right? That's easy. We do that. But it's a hard thing that you really procrastinate. And ask yourself, what is the hard thing you will commit to in this 20-day intention period? What is the hard thing you're going to commit to? Something that matters, takes effort, and challenges you. And what long-term goal does this hard thing support? So that you can kind of have a goal, an idea, and it's more than just the money, it's also the fulfillment of what you're doing. So I thought about it as a broker, what's my one hard thing, right? Well, I think my one hard thing is prospecting, reaching out to other agents, not within the brokerage, right? It's other agents, making those phone calls. I am good at social media, interacting, when I see them, chatting with them, if you're in a deal, chatting with them, but just kind of reaching out to agents that I don't really have a relationship with from other brokerages, that's tough for me. So that's the thing that I'm going to be working on. And as agents, is it cold calling? Maybe. Is it actually reaching out to your sphere of influence? Maybe the ones you haven't talked to in a long time, finding a reason to reach out to them and to reconnect with those people, right? So you guys will all know what it is. Yours isn't going to be mine. None of yours are going to be different. Are going to be the same. They're all going to be different. So reach deep and think about that. Like, what is your one hard thing? So get your goal. And then accountability. So on these 20 days of intention, there's tasks, right? And I'm going to kind of go over these in a little bit and give you some ideas. There's also places for notes. So you can see what you have done and make notes each day. And you will have 4 of these, right? Or no, actually, yeah, you'll have 4 of these. Yeah, 5 days, 4 weeks. You will have 4 of these that you could keep, put in a binder, however you want to be accountable. Like you can have an accountability partner. What would be fun is if, and I would like this, is everybody who's going to participate, if you could send me what your, and it could be in downtown in the know, what your goals are. Let all the agents see it. It's okay to be transparent with what they are. And if, and also then maybe at the end of the week to write down what you did, how it went, like maybe write on the sheet and upload it and put it in downtown in the know. Let everybody see what your wins were for the week, what your losses were for the week. Like, how did it go? What do you think you did well with? What do you think you didn't do so well? So I would definitely love it if we could be a little interactive with it. Do you think downtown in the know, Jackie, is the best place to put it?
I think, yeah, because a lot of
Because
I check
just to
those.
me, then I'm the only one that sees it, but if we're
Right.
seeing it everybody,
Yeah.
it makes it more helpful. Like there was one time where we had done our goals and we're on a little table like this, and I had fallen short for it, and we're doing a training like months later. And one of the agents called me out on it. I say, was it one of your goals this? It was like, you are right. And so it's helpful when more of us know, we all know what we're everyone's achieving for.
And nobody's gonna say, oh, you didn't do very well.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, we'll cheer for each other, right? Because
Yes.
that's what we do. So if you see somebody had a good week, congratulate them. If they didn't, maybe say, you know, I partner up, or, you know, I mean, talk to them. Everybody wants to work together.
Yeah.
And it's all going towards the same goal, which is ultimately, you know, achieving some things that maybe we haven't been as consistent with. So the 20 days of intention, there's the activities on here. So like day 1 is going to be refresh, reconnect and refresh. So the activity, update your CRM, your database, add 10 contacts that you've met this year. Well, you should have been doing that all along. But I know the majority of the people do not use the CRM that I provide for you, that I promise you will make your life easier. It will make your life easier because you can set up the automated emails, you can set up the home pulse. There are so many ways to reach out and touch those people through your CRM. And that way, again, we're strategic. We're not just guessing who we spoke to. We know who we have spoke to, right? So update your CRM, update them. I mean, go through and think about who you've talked to, who you have, you know, and who maybe isn't in there, or who you know that isn't in there. And try and add 10 that you've met this year. That's for Monday. Reach out to 5 past clients or sphere of influence members with a friendly check-in. That one's easy. Pick 5 that you're comfy with, right? 5 of them that you know that you can check in. How's it going? How did your year go? You know, anything, just a care call. That's what we call it. Send 3 handwritten notes or texts expressing gratitude. That one, that's easy. It's easy. And I've got some ideas for you guys. Post a November market mindset story. That's a quick market update or a quote. The broker tip on this one is start with connection before conversion. People work with those they trust. So in other words, make the connection before you ask for the sale. We're not going in asking for sales. We're going in leading with care, right? So here's some ideas. Think about people you already know for adding the 10, right? Update your phone contacts. See if there's somebody that maybe you were talking to about buying or selling that didn't get into your CRM. Put them in there. You know, you can label them. It could be buyer, seller, you know, pipeline, whatever it is that means anything to you, you can label them so that you can pull them up. How about your social media friends? Anybody on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn that you actually know, that you have talked to? Put them in there, reach out to them and ask for their email through Facebook. Direct message them, ask for their phone number. Just say you'd like to send them something once in a while. Doesn't mean I'm gonna bombard you. I'm just gonna send you something once in a while. Holiday card list, full names from your Christmas, wedding, or baby shower list. These are warm contacts. If you are gonna invite them to a wedding or a baby shower, or if they're coming to my house for Christmas, I better know them. They better be right in my CRM. But anybody you would invite to a birthday party, a baby shower, a wedding, they should go in there. They really should. And so the script for that is, hi, so-and-so, how you been? Great. I'm updating my database. Just get the info. You don't have to say I've forgotten about you. I'm updating my info. So that is a super easy way to do it. Schools, if you're coaching, church, vendors, what about landscapers? All your vendors, they should be in your CRM. All of them. All of them should be in there. You never know where a deal is going to come from. You absolutely do not know where a lead is going to come from. All of a sudden, I'll communicate with people, never hear, and then all of a sudden, whoop, they crop up. And they either want to buy or sell, or they want to refer somebody to you. So do not judge for them. It's like when agents call me and they don't call me because they say I'm too busy. They've already made the decision for me that I am too busy in their own mind, right? Instead of just texting me, hey, Sarah, are you busy? They don't call because they're like, oh, I knew you were too busy. Well, how do you know that? You made that decision for me. So you don't want to do that with your clients as well. Like, oh, I'm going to make the decision for you. They don't want to buy or sell.
Yeah.
How do you know? How do you know they don't want to buy or sell? Open houses and events. That one's sign-in sheets. You should. This one that I printed says they should go into your database. I think you can. You might, well, if you get a legit number from them or
Yeah.
anything, right? That's going to be the tricky part. And you might put it in open house. And if they like going to open houses, what about if you sent them all the open houses you're doing? Send it to them. What about if you send every open house that you're doing to your database? Like as soon as you get the listing,
Just put a.
do the mass email, send it out to them. As soon as you do you get you do an open house, send it out to them. You could even send it out to your database if it's somebody else's listing. It doesn't have to be yours. You can send them anything you want to, guys, but just stay in front of them. I wouldn't send something every day, but I would definitely try and send something every month. Send something to them. Local events. If you meet somebody at Mixers, add them to the database. New neighbors. If you want to try and contact people, new neighbors, drop by a small gift, exchange info, put them in your CRM. Appointments. I mean, doctors, dentists, stylists, they're going to buy and sell as well, right? And if you're giving them business, why wouldn't they give you?
Yeah, because I'm wearing a downtown royalty and one of the nurses asked me, it's like, hey, can I get your card?
See, Maria was wearing a downtown realty shirt and she got asked. Don't assume that because they're a doctor or they work at the doctor's office, they're not going to use you. Why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they? They're your client. You're their client. Why wouldn't they be yours? So the handwritten gratitude note example. So that what we just went over was ways to add to your SOI. This one's easy. To a client after closing, handwrite it. I just wanted to take a moment to thank you for trusting me with your home sale. It was such a joy helping you through this process. And I'm so happy you're starting a new chapter. Please keep in touch. I'm always here as your realtor and your friend. Easy, right? To a past client, I just wanted to say thank you for referring so and so to me if they referred. Your trust means more than you know. I'm truly grateful for your continued support and friendship. Hope all is well with you and your family. a new contact. It was great meeting you. I really enjoyed our conversation. Appreciate the work you do in the community. Here's one. I know Chris Webb did these, the inspirational ones. Just want to take a minute to thank you for inspiring me this week. Your words reminded me why I love what I do. Grateful for your encouragement. Or maybe to a buyer or seller who is especially kind. Working with you, reminding me why I love real estate. Your kindness, patience, and trust throughout this process meant so much. So in this, they're saying write 3, but I would find a reason. Anybody in your database, find 3. Something's gonna fit in. It could be just, just checking in on you to see how it's going in your new home. Thank you so much for buying. Keep it under 6 sentences. Short and sweet. Don't make it too long. Drop it in the mail because it's like a surprise. If you hand it to them, it doesn't mean as much. Drop it in the mail. And mention specifics. So it feels very authentic. So when you met them, how long you've known them, or whatever it is, but use this so it feels very personal to them. It's not too generic. A market mindset for agents. You could do a post, something like this, because that's talking about a post. The market mindset is a post. November is the month when most agents slow down, but not us. At Downtown Realty, we treat this season as our secret advantage. The market isn't dead, it's just quieter. That means less competition, more intentional conversations, and the perfect time to plant seeds. So you could post something like that, and you could tweak it a little bit. Behind the scenes of a downtown agent. People often see the photos of happy clients and sold signs, but not the early mornings, late night calls, and stacks of sticky notes behind it all. And then you could go into saying today started with coffee, training. There's all kinds of things that you can do just for posts, because that was the post November market mindset. So on Tuesday, it goes on to talk about making 10 phone calls from your database. That's easy. Use the script, just checking in. How have things been since we last talked? Are you still loving your neighborhood? And then follow up with 2 warm leads from earlier this year. So warm would be somebody you contacted, but you're not currently working with. So this just gives you all kinds of ideas of what the activities are. And Tuesday is about building conversation. Wednesday is about adding value. Email 10 contacts with a simple home tip or market insight. Offer 2 free home value updates. That's a good one. You should be doing that anyway.
Yeah.
Offering value, especially if they
Yeah.
are in your CRM and you've got them on that automatic home pulse.
Yeah.
Check them with them. What do you think about the value that we've been sending you? And they might say, yeah, it seemed low or it seemed high. Oh, well, let me do that's all done with algorithms. Let me do a personal.
Yeah, I got one because I send one, it's an expired listing. And they called me back because I put the estimated home value of the
Yeah.
property. They called me and said, hey, I'm getting my house ready to list. We can meet as soon as the painting is done. And so that was actually good.
See, because offering, it's coming from a place of contribution, right? We are not selling them something. We are helping them, which goes along with our purpose, right? And then it helps us achieve our goals. It all goes hand in hand, but it's the mindset you guys have. It's got to be coming from a place of contribution. Otherwise, it comes across as salesy. And if
Yeah.
they ever get to the point where we can't cold call people, or, there's a lot of weird things about the no calling stuff, you better be, you're going to be relying on open houses, sphere of influence. I mean, all these things are going to be so much more important than they ever have been before. Thursdays, most of these are so easy. You guys can do these in your sleep. Engage with 5 people on social media, right? We should be doing that anyway, every day, engaging with people, and not just liking, commenting on everything. You got to type some words on there, not just emojis, but but typing, yeah, yeah.
So
don't-
easy.
Yeah, it's so easy. And then that on Thursday, it talks about calling older leads. Reintroduce yourself, the ones that went quiet. This is hard, guys. This is hard.
Yeah.
But, and maybe this is your hard thing, right?
Yeah.
But it's okay. Do the hard things too, not just the easy ones. And if you only call one, it's better than none, right? Anything is better than nothing. It's so important. Here's the social media one. Post a quick video or reel introducing yourself as a local expert. That's hard. Most of the agents that I talk to are like, we don't like social media. Okay, I don't like it either, but it is here. And if you are not advertising and putting yourself out there on social media, you're missing a whole
Yeah.
avenue of advertising. And when we talked to Ronnie, remember Ronnie did the workshop for social media. Everybody has their own style. And we'll do that again with
Mhm.
Ronnie. We will, so that we can work on our basic canvas, our colors, our theme, what you like. It should always be reflecting to those things. On Friday, you're going to review your conversations. You're going to add any new contacts, leads to your CRM. Send 3, it was great catching up, texts or thank you messages to somebody you spoke to earlier in the week. So you're touching them once in the week and then you're touching them later in the week. And share a Friday gratitude post. And this is the deal. Success is built one consistent week at a time. Celebrate your progress and keep going. Okay. It's not about perfection. It's just about keeping going. It's about preparation. So I'm challenging you guys. And I'm going to call and see if you guys are going to do it because we've got some time, right? Before November the 4th. I would be super excited if everybody committed. I would be probably equally as excited if half the brokerage committed. If we get 20, I'll still be excited. But I think it's going to be so beneficial. It's putting the consistency into your day. And hopefully the hope is after you do it in November, you'll do it in December and it'll roll into January. So
I think I'm gonna put it on my calendar each day. So it reminds me.
Yep,
'Cause
Maria's
it's so
gonna
hard.
put it in your calendar, block the time.
Yeah.
That's part of being structured is calendaring, right? So we talk about, you guys know what I constantly drone on about, right? SOI, calendaring, and making sure that you do those 2 things, reaching out to your SOI, being structured. So focus on 3 things. Show up, right? Keep your commitment to yourself. Stay present, be intentional with your time and your energy, and reflect. That way you don't know, you're not just doing the work, but you're noticing how it's changing you. What's the book, Jackie, that talks about there's Atomic Habits, and what's the other one that talks?
The elementary one? The
7 levels of
7.
communication. It all goes into this. Maybe in November, you guys should commit to reading a book. And it might be Grit, and it might be Atomic Habits, and it might be the 7 levels, but read one of them. 4DX is another one that you guys should read, but just go into it with gratitude and intentionally set some goals, be accountable and with purpose. If you want to buddy up, buddy up. If you don't, that's okay. But post and share and let's support each other. Okay. So we know what Austin's training on next week. Oh, and then Jackie, when in November is the lights camera closings?
Ooh,
It's
Friday.
It's Friday? I don't remember. On Friday the 14th?
let me see, hang on, we'll post it, but I want everybody to get this in your calendar.
Okay.
It is November the 14th
November the 14th.
at 10 a.m. in the Exeter office, November 14th, 10 a.m. in the Exeter office, lights, camera closings. She's going to be there for 3 hours this time, because last time she did 2 and we got pushed. This time she's going to be 3. Okay. Going back to the 20 days of intention, does anybody have any questions? Anybody have anything? Comments, questions?
What time is it? For-
10 a.m.
Lights,
10
camera,
a.m.
10 a.m. We'll be sending this out the week before,
And it will be on the Google Calendar.
and it'll be on the Google Calendar as well. As well as the grit training workshop that talks about the hard thing, why is it important to you? And you can just kind of answer some questions. That's a front and back page. So I'm gonna do it. Let's see, comment in downtown in the know if you're gonna do it. I'm gonna ask the question, how many people are gonna do it? So if you are, respond and let's see how many people we can get to commit. Okay, anything else? No, anything in the chat? No,
Just I
Just-
noticed.
oh.
Mhm.
Going to try, Kevin.
Yes. good
Good
job.
idea. You're gonna do it, Kevin. All right, guys, thank you so much,
Thanks.
and we will see you next week.